I am Peter Starr, Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, proud home for the Center of Israel Studies. I wish I could say the Foreman Theater belonged to the College of Arts and Sciences. Every time I'm here, I have edifice envy of this building and this theater. As you know, Shimon Peres, former President and Prime Minister of Israel, passed away on September 28th of this year at the age of 93. President Peres began his political career in the 1950s by developing Israel's defensive arms programs, but in later years devoted himself to the search for peace with Israel's Arab neighbors. As an architect of the Oslo Peace Accords, he was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 1994, and until his last days, he fought for a vision of a new Middle East as a region of prosperity and peace. President Peres, as you'll hear in a moment, holds a special place in our hearts at AU, where he received an honorary degree on May 10th, 1998, from the College of Arts and Sciences, and delivered our commencement speech. On that occasion, he inaugurated the United States' first Center for Israel Studies here at American University. His devotion to peace, cooperation, and human dignity around the world remains an inspiration to our campus community. And our Center for Israel Studies continues to be a flagship of Israel Studies nationwide, offering a broad range of classes, organizing outstanding lectures and symposia, including this one, and bringing together Israeli and American scientists, scholars, writers, students, artists to share their knowledge and face the challenges of a new global era. Before we hear from today's panelists, former Israeli Minister of Foreign Affairs Shlomo Ben-Ami and former U.S. Ambassador to Israel and Egypt Daniel Kurtzer, it's my pleasure to welcome the founding director of the Center for Israel Studies and Professor Emeritus of Economics, Howard Wachtel, who will share with us his recollections of Shimon Peres' groundbreaking visit here at American University.
Thank you, Peter, for that introduction. And I'm indeed honored to be here with everyone today. I want to talk about Shimon Peres' involvement with American University and with its Center for Israel Studies. And this came about not just as a passing acquaintance, an invitation to get an honorary degree, but there was more to it than that, so I'm going to give you some of the backstory. We were in 1997, I was acting dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, and I was developing the idea for the Center for Israel Studies along with some 15 or more faculty colleagues who, uniquely spread across this campus, had their own professional connections to Israel, ranging from modern dance to economics, from law to literature, history to business, and so on. Dean Starr has already mentioned his commencement address on May 10th of 1998, which actually happened within 4 days that year of the 50th anniversary of the founding of the State of Israel. And this was part of the idea of the center as a commemoration for the 50th anniversary of the founding of the State of Israel. So those two events were not disconnected. As a dean or an acting dean, you're able to propose various people to the university for a commencement address and honorary degree, and the invitation, at least, or my proposal was accepted. But now, how did all this come about? Well, back in 1998, 97, at the very early phases of development of the center, it was more a vision that I did not know would be fulfilled. And looking back at some of my notes at that time, I realized now I have never tried to start it again, how naive I was to think that this would work, but it did work. The idea behind the center was to study Israel as a country in all its dimensions, political, cultural, historical, as a diverse nation in a semi-arid ecological zone, and apparently it appeared to be in a permanent state of tension or more with most of its neighboring countries. That was the context. So this is how you would go about studying any country at a university. But at this time, this turned out to be a very unique concept, never tried, but has now been replicated not only in the United States, but in several countries outside the United States as well. So I made a visit to Israel in the summer of 1997 as the vision for the center was percolating to test out this conception. And through a mutual friend of mine and Mr. Peres's, who also passed away in September of this year, Stanley Scheinbaum of Los Angeles, I was able to get a letter of introduction to Shimon Peres, which led to my meeting with him in his Tel Aviv office. Mr. Peres was at that time in a not dissimilar position. He was thinking about the development of his Center for Peace. We had a scheduled 15-minute meeting that turned into a very intense hour-long discussion in which he showed considerable interest in the ideas behind AU's center. He even called in some of his staff that morning to join the discussion. And I subsequently had several extensive exchanges with his staff about possible undertakings that were consistent with our vision of the AU Center, but they didn't mature at that time. Both his and our centers were too embryonic to support our very ambitious projections. So this is the backstory to my invitation to him to come to American University to speak at the College of Arts and Sciences commencement in connection with the commemoration of the 50th anniversary of the founding of the State of Israel, and also to launch the center, where he would receive an honorary degree. He met American University's president. The American University president at that time hosted a lunch for 75 people where Mr. Peres spoke about his Center for Peace and our center. So, notwithstanding the untold number of people whom Mr. Peres welcomed into his extensive orbit, I think it's fair to say with a great humility that AU Center is one with which he had more than just a passing acquaintance. And in his commencement address, this is what he said about American University Center for Israel Studies. Let me congratulate American University on your creation of a Center for Israel Studies. It is a timely and imaginative initiative in exploring Israel's many contributions to human dignity and progress in our country's 50 years of existence. You will help to bring together Israeli and American scholars, writers, artists, and scientists to share their knowledge and face the challenges of the new global era. This is a commendable idea and worthy of the widest support. So to relive what happened 18 years ago, here is a part of Shimon Peres' commencement address to the graduates of American University's College of Arts and Sciences. Thank you.